What is up, YouTube? Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video, checking out the video, kind of mix those things up. Here on Christmas Eve, thank you so much. It is chilly out here, so hopefully I can get through this without freezing my tail off. It's supposed to actually have a warming trend. Here in North Carolina, guys, it's going to be around 60-some degrees, mid-60s, 70 degrees on Saturday, I think. Unbelievable. I will take it every day of the week. Love it. So thank you for clicking on the video. I did shave last night. There's a story behind it, which I'll just jump into it. We got a lot I want to share with you. But first off, just thank you to every one of you, especially if you're watching this on Christmas Eve. I know that you truly support the channel, and you probably have done so over the course of 2025 and beyond. And I just want to thank you for that. This channel truly came out of nowhere, and it's folks like you watching on Christmas Eve and clicking on the video, no matter whether it's something that piques your interest or not. You guys, without you, this channel would not exist. It's absolutely true. We've tried to make it a little different by injecting a little bit of Christ into the channel in lawn care, because truly it's all about Jesus, and everything I have, everything I do, I want to do for Christ, and even YouTube. So I'm different that way, and folks don't like it. There's so many different lawn care channels and different channels on YouTube that they do leave, or sometimes they get upset, and that's fine, and totally fine with that. But thank you that have continued to come back and support me. I am getting over sickness. I was sick this past weekend. Recording this on Tuesday. That's why I shaved. I get tired of blowing my nose, and I get tired of the toothpaste getting in my beard. My beard was actually long, and I had to cut it off last night. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to shave. It'll be grown out by Christmas. So I'll have the stubble back where I don't look like a sick cancer patient. No offense, but that's what I look like when I shave, because I haven't clean shaven in a very long time. My daughter said, no offense, Deb, you look like you've got leukemia or cancer. I said, I know I do. It just, that's how it looks when you haven't seen your face in a while. So beardless in the winter time, so it's a little chilly out here, and I am shaking. But yeah, I was sick this past weekend. We had our church play on Sunday, and I actually missed it because Saturday we were supposed to have practice. I went and played golf with Dad. Stomach started feeling weird. It's like, man, I do not feel good. I was shooting actually really well as a sick person, and just by the time I got to hole 7, I was like, or actually it's about 5 and 6, I was like, man, my stomach is killing me, and didn't throw up or anything like that, but I was just like I was just going through the motions. Came back, and I really felt bad the rest of the day. It was the worst drive home. I was like, I feel so stinking bad. Laid on the couch, was okay, didn't eat nothing all day. My wife's like, try to eat a banana. So tried to eat a banana. As soon as I took 3 bites, went and threw up. Thought I had flu conditions. Church was praying. You know, the play director's like, you gonna make it? And I was like, I don't know, we'll see tomorrow. The next day I did feel better, still feeling weak in my stomach when I drink and eat. Like, it's still trying to restart. It's like my body was purging of something bad that I ate, or a stomach virus. But fortunately I feel better today, and I'm still recovering internally. I can tell in my gut, but physically, like, I feel okay. I'm just freezing out here. I'm just, you know, when you get sick, you get cold easier, I think. And I am freezing, but I at least wanted to come out here and make a video in the lawn. Lawn care wise, no change. The Gratz color, I don't know if you guys can tell, we're starting to get that, you know, we've been in the 20s a lot. The color is dissipating. Remember when it was that vibrant green? We're not getting that. We got a big old branch in the lawn. Again, I've been sick. I haven't even come out and walked to pick up stuff. I remember looking out the day I was sick, and it's like, my goal today is to get outside, pick up that branch, and throw it in the woods. I mean, it's the little things when you don't feel good, and I still haven't done it. But the color is going away, and the lawn is really getting a dormant color about it. But man, I can tell even in my voice, I am freezing out here, and it's not that cold. It's a little windy. It's probably 30s. But man, it's cold out here. So, but I just wanted to jump on camera and just wanted to put something out there on Christmas Eve, thanking you guys, letting you know I've been sick, but hopefully I can recover the rest of the week, and I hope you have a great Merry Christmas. Also, remember, you know, while we're celebrating the season, like it talks about in Matthew and in Luke, at the story of Christ. And, you know, I was listening to a pastor while I was sick on the couch on Sunday, and he was really, the one thing that struck me in his message was really unique. I'd never really heard it this way, is when Mary and Joseph was in that stable, you know, who did God first send? He first sent the shepherds. That's who the angels appeared to in the fields of Jerusalem, and they said, let's go see him. And so the smelly animal caretakers of the shepherds is who God appeared to, and that's who appeared where? To Mary and Joseph in the stable. And they were there pretty much right when Jesus was born, when Mary and Joseph were in that manger. Now, Mary and Joseph didn't stay in the manger. A lot of the depictions of the nativity scene show the shepherds and the wise men. But it's, it's well known. I don't know if you know this, but the wise men weren't there. Like, they saw the star, but it doesn't talk about that they were there at the manger, when, it talked about it went to where he was born in Bethlehem, but not necessarily the night he was born. It was later on. But what was key in what he was talking about how these wise men were dabbling in many different religions. They were not worshipers of the God, Jesus. They didn't know, they just knew about this star, likely from the teachings of Daniel when they were taken to Babylon, when Israel was, it's just crazy. Everything God does has purpose. And so is it possible Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, when the Jews were captured and conquered and they took them to, Iran, to Persia, and then later they came back to Israel, the teachings of Daniel, the things that Daniel had happen in Iran, Persia, were these people studiers of Daniel? It's believed they worshiped many different gods. They worshiped the stars. They could have had earrings, tattoos, different religions. They were searching for truth. And so when they saw this, they packed up and they went because they truly believed they were going to find the Son of God under this star. So the message was, God sent the shepherds the night to the lowly manger to be with Christ, and it was all about Jesus. But it was later down the road that the gold came, that the frankincense came, that the myrrh. When it was time for Mary and Joseph, because they was going to have to be on the run. They was going to have to run from Herod. They was going to have to get Jesus out of Israel, out of those conditions, because he was killing all the babies. They would need that money to flee to Egypt, to live, to have a life there. And so the money came just on time when God wanted that money to come, through the wise men seeking him, to worship him, to give him those gifts. And so it was talking about, at first God sent the lowly, smelly shepherds that were used to that condition to worship, to be there, to give them what they need at that moment. But later on, God had already sent the wise men from the east to come with the money they would need for the future of things to come, because God always knows what we need, even though we couldn't see what's going on. And he even tied it into a great message of folks that may be dabbling in things that is not of God. And you're like, my kids are messing around with things they don't know that they shouldn't be messing with, or they're so far from God, there's no way they'll ever come back to God. And it's just like these wise men. They were dabbling in all these religions, but when they found the one true king, when they found this is real, this is who we've been searching for, this is the true and living God, it changed their life. And obviously they went away when Herod tried to lie to them and trick them and said, come back so I can kill him, basically. Let me worship him. He was lying. They went back and went the other way because God spoke to them. So anyways, I thought that was a great message, something to ponder on and think about on the Christmas message, of how God had already put it in motion. The other cool thing he said, that if you've never thought about this, man, the wind sucks when it's winter time. It really is cold. The other thing he talked about was, and I'm just trying to get my back to the wind a little bit, think about when we see a star, according to this pastor, and it may be off by a little bit, but when we see a star, when we see the light of the star in the sky, did you know it takes about 4 years from the time the light bursts from the star? It takes 4 years for it to hit our eyeballs. So when they saw the star in Bethlehem on that night, it took 4 years prior for the star to come before it lit up, before humans could see it. So God did something 4 years before the birth of Christ so that the light would finally reach the earth. I mean, it's just crazy when you think about God was doing things 4 years prior to Jesus ever coming into Mary and birthed by the Holy Spirit. Just crazy, just things to consider and ponder. But anyways, enough about that. I am freezing. I'm going to go back inside here. I just wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve to you on this Wednesday. Hope you guys get everything you want. Hope you'll tell the Christmas story to your kids, your grandkids. It is so very important in this climate that we're living in, that they know the true gift that God gave to the world, It is the only gift that satisfies the soul of a human being. It truly is. And so I hope you'll just take 5 minutes, even with if you're with in-laws that don't believe, if you're with family that do believe in Jesus, that you'll just say, hey guys, can we just take 5 minutes and just, talk about Christ this Christmas? And let me know if you do that. I want to know that, say, hey, I did that this year at my family. And I want you to tell me in the comments of this video, because we're going to do that. We always go to a Christmas Eve service at 5 o'clock, and we take 45 to 50 minutes. We sing Christmas carols. We say hey to everybody. We give Jesus honor, and then we go and we do gift stuff. But we honor him first. But even after that, even if you go to a Christmas service, like before you open the gifts, before you eat that dinner, maybe it's the prayer before you eat the dinner, you say, hey guys, let's just remember what God did for us. He gave us the ultimate gift of Christ, that we no longer have to be bound to sin, that we can be set free forever if we'll believe in him, we'll obey his commandments, he will live inside of us, we can be filled with the Spirit of God, not with the demonic spirits, not let this sin control us or flesh control us anymore. We've been set free because of what Christ did on the cross and when he came to this earth. And so just remember that this Christmas. It's so key that we continue to spread the good news of Jesus throughout this culture that desperately, desperately needs help. And it's only going to happen if we speak up. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Stay warm. The heat is coming here in North Carolina, and the grass continues just to sit out here and look pretty for everybody driving by. So God bless you guys. We'll see you next time. God bless.